From sea to shining sea in the United States and around the world on the internet, welcome to Season 2, Episode 1 of InfoBlips. My name is John Haynes, and I am the host of this podcast. Today's date is January 26, 2021. If you'd like to contact me, please do so via email. My email address is infoblips@activist.com. That's infoblips, @activist.com. So in Season 2, we are growing. We are definitely growing here at InfoBlips. And I'm going to give you the address to Anchor FM. Now, people are asking me, how do we rate your podcast? How do we leave a message? I'm going to explain to you step by step how to leave a message on Anchor FM, and I will play that message on the next podcast. You can ask a question, you can make a comment, or you can bring up something that you are feeling passionate about for us to actually research. The only thing I ask is that you use verifiable, factual information. I will not entertain any type of cultist type stuff. If you are from QAnon, you can leave a message because I would like to discuss your thought process. Okay, so here are the directions on how you can leave a message on Anchor FM. First, you go to the Anchor FM site, which is http://anchor, that's ANCHOR.FM/John, JOHN 3058. I know it's a long address. We're working on that to try to get it reduced or shortened. You can also go and Google InfoBlips, and it'll bring you all this up and more. Okay, so go to the Anchor FM site. When you see the brown site, it'll say InfoBlips information. Then it'll ask you, it'll say Spotify or more platforms. By the way, we are on every platform that you can get podcasts from. If you scroll down, it'll be a definition. It'll say InfoBlips filters news, extracts factual, verifiable information, and distributes the information via podcast and website. It'll tell you that we have a Facebook account and we also have a Twitter account. Right underneath that, there is a button that says message. Push that button. You push the button that says message, it'll say start recording. It may ask you for permission to use your microphone. If it does, you say yes, of course, and then push that button. You will be able to leave a message. I'll be able to hear it, and then again, I'll play it on the next podcast. I'm asking you to please do that. So that way, the people that keep giving me emails, you can actually have your voice on the next podcast on InfoBlips. Also, InfoBlips has a website that we are developing, and the address is, of course, http://infoblips.wix.com/InfoBlips. That's INFOBLIPS. You go to that website and it will bring you to the website. And the website, we're developing it. You can also get all of the podcasts from the website. You can also reach my blog. At this time, it's about helping people navigate through the healthcare system. Soon, you're going to have on there, we're developing our daily news type things, and it won't be a podcast. It'll be links where you can get where I get my information from, because people are always asking where you get your information from. The thing is, I'll give you every place I get my information from. It is cited, and so that way you know that I'm not just talking off the top of my head. I am actually using verifiable, factual information. Again, that is not an academic term. That is a term based on the information that is public at the time that I give the information. And also, I'm telling you, this second season is going to be a good one. the last season was great, but this is going to be even better. We have a YouTube channel that we are developing. And if you just go to YouTube, search Infoblips, Infoblips, and the website will come up. You'll see the video, and we haven't had much content. At this time, I'm attempting to upload all of the podcasts to YouTube. If you are a genius out there that knows how to do that, please contact me at Infoblips, @activist.com. I'm very serious. Okay, so the self-promotion out of the way. Let's get down to some factual, verifiable information. As you all know by now, Donald Trump has been impeached twice in the House and is on trial now in the Senate. Well, correction, the trial will start in 2 weeks. I have no idea whether it's a good or bad thing. One school of thought is that it's a good thing because it allows the Democrats to get the Biden cabinet confirmed and get them all set, and it allows the former president the ability to his lawyers to form a defense. So I watched the inauguration as I was monitoring some of the QAnon and white supremacist websites. They actually thought that Biden was never going to be able to be sworn in, that he was going to be arrested by the military, and that Donald Trump would take over command of the country from Florida. You cannot make this up. Actually, do some research on it. You'll find out. This is what these people were actually thinking. And, I feel bad for them. Really, I do. Because if you're able to mentally allow yourself to wrap around these far-fetched conspiracy theories, and then you find time after time after time after time again that they don't work, that it failed, but then they'll come out with another conspiracy that says that's the reason why that conspiracy happened. Let's stick to the plan. And I'm telling you, it's very sad and it's very scary. If you have loved ones who are involved in this, you know what I mean. It's extremely scary. And we have to bring them back from the edge. We can't call them crazy. We can't be mean to them because they'll never come back. Then it just reinforces what the with QAnon and the cult is saying. You have to bring them out with kindness and with love. And actually, I really have pity on them. We really, and I'm not joking. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm very serious. We really, as a nation, have to, the people who are totally sold on this, we have to attempt to bring them back into reality. The people that stormed the Capitol, they all need to go to jail, period. Done. They need to have 20-year sentences for insurrection. Done deal. I know that my daughter says, you have to let things play out. Of course, she has a logistical mind because that's how she's trained. However, I'm like, no, if you're there, you got 20 years, period. But they have to prove that's what they were doing, even though there's pictures of people smashing in police officers' head with a flag and a fire extinguisher. And I'm not going to keep going. That really bothers me. And these people call themselves patriots for real. Anyway, let's move on because I'm not going to get all caught up into that. See, Infoblips is going to be more than about just the national political scene. That's what wound up happening because Donald Trump took up all the air in the room. He was doing something ridiculous every week, and you had to discuss it because either you have to explain what is going on because of the lies that are being told to try to counteract that by giving factual, verifiable information. And that really bothers a lot of people because that's what it is. They want to believe whatever someone tells them. I do not believe what people tell me. I have to verify it. And that's anybody. Even if you get information from me, verify it. Okay, at least look 2 or 3 places and go, oh yeah, okay, what he was saying was true. Or, no, I don't find that. And if you find that, please email me or let me know. Let me know because I will definitely correct it right away. So we're going to have segments on different parts of society. Of course, I will cover national news when it's available, and hopefully it's not as much as it has been with Donald Trump in office. Now we'll be able to talk about the different items that affects us directly in our country. Race relations is one. The judicial system and how we have to change it is another. I had told you before that I was going to tell you about my story with the judicial system, and I will also divulge that. We're going to talk about black-owned businesses and why black people do not support them as a whole. And I know that may be kind of a touchy subject, but it's true. We have several people that's going to come on and talk to us about their businesses. But there's two things though. Okay, there's a lot of things with that, and there's a preface that I'm going to be talking to my good friend Yancey Seals about this. Triple D's barbecue sauce and baked beans, baby. Anyway, gotta say that's my boy, and his product is quality. It's very quality and good, and he stands behind it 100%. He's a vet, man. That's my boy, Yancey Seals. Anyway, we're going to be talking about this in depth. But let's get back to some of the verifiable factual information that's happening now. So President Biden, and Vice President Kamala Harris have taken office. And President Biden is making a lot of moves. Now he's making a lot of executive orders. I don't know how I feel about that. The reason why is because executive orders can be undone. So basically, sometimes during his tenure, he needs to get with Congress and they need to make those laws and not just executive orders, because the executive orders, let's say he doesn't win the next presidency, they're going to undo it all, the same way he's undoing all of Trump's. However, he's making good decisions, and the people that he's choosing for his cabinet, these people are quality people. If you remember that when President Obama took over the White House, America was in a major crisis. We were about to go bankrupt. We were about to lose the automotive industry. People were not being paid money that worked for the government. We were concerned about the United States going bankrupt. President Obama came in office with Joe Biden, and they pulled us completely out of that. And they don't get enough credit for that. They pulled us completely out of that. And Donald Trump was handed a thriving economy in a thriving country. And now some of these people will tell you that it wasn't, but yes, it was. They made a lot of money in those days. The stock market had been high as it's ever been to that point. And then Donald Trump took over. Well, again, the Republican trashed the economy. He had some help by COVID, but he was going to trash it anyway. This is what the norm is, and please go back and look historically. Republicans will get a good economy that handed to them by Democrats. The Republicans will totally trash the economy. The United States people will vote in another Democrat to fix the problem, and then they will vote in another Republican to trash it again. And this is what's going on. We have to bring our country back from where it is now. Right now, the United States is no longer the shiny city on a hill that people look toward, because our democracy has been compromised. Now, we can get that back, but we have to be very serious about protecting our democracy and making sure that the type of insurrection, the type of failed coup that happened on January the 6th never happens again, period. The people who are involved in that have to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The people who are involved inside of our system must be expelled from Congress. And yes, there are congressional people, about 10 of them, must be expelled from Congress. The 134 Democrats that voted to overturn the democracy must be censured seriously. And this must all be public. To use a term my friend Karen used, we have to break the back of fascism. We have to completely break the back and let everyone know that we are not going down the path of fascism. It has been done, and it has not been successful. So as I say, I like to deal with factual, verifiable information. People say, fascism? How could you say this is fascism? Allow me to read the description of fascism. Fascism is a system of government led by a dictator who typically rules forcibly and often violently, suppressing opposition and criticism, controlling all industries and commerce, and promoting nationalism and often racism. What you saw on January the 6th is fascists attempting to overtake our government. These people were domestic terrorists. History has its eyes on all of us. And if you look into history and you find out that this is not new, this has all been done before. If you do not know, and we're going to go back in history for a little bit, Adolf Hitler had a failed coup. 10 years later, he was the chancellor. And all of the unspeakable horrors began. If you have not heard the clip or the statement by Arnold Schwarzenegger, really go listen to it. He was there, and he actually, Arnold Schwarzenegger said that this was exactly what happened in Europe. This is exactly what happened with Hitler. The exact thing that occurred with Hitler. And if you are a listener of InfoBlips, you know that Hitler received his idea about this from the United States eugenics movement. And yeah, I know this is deep and people are like, weird, we just don't want to listen to, or we want something to be uplifted about. You can be uplifted about this, but if you don't understand where you have been, if you do not understand what has happened in history, you will not understand what's happening now, and it will affect your daily life eventually. And I truly believe that there's a season for everything. This season is not for partying. This season is for serious contemplation. This season is to understand what we learned in 2020 to make improvements in 2021 and move on for the future. The world is seriously changing, and if we do not keep up, we will be left behind. One of the things that I was thinking about the other day was we've gone through all this clown show with Donald Trump and all his antics, and what has gone off of the view is that Russia hacked into all of our missiles, nuclear missiles, and other companies, and there has been no repercussion about it. Not even there's been a repercussion about it. What did they learn? How do we know what they learned? And have we made advances to block them out in the future if they haven't already had backdoors in? I mean, these are things that we have to look at, because while we're all paying attention to the clown show Donald Trump, we just totally lost that, hey, these people invaded our country electronically, okay, or through the internet. And we're just sitting back going, okay, or are we? I'm not sure, because no one's reporting on it because Donald Trump took all the air out of the room. So that's something we have to look at. And I'm wondering because my mind thinks like this. So were the antics of Donald Trump supposed to take our thought pattern away from Russia breaking into our systems? I mean, we're so worried about Donald Trump starting a nuclear war, but do we have control of our nuclear weapons? I mean, I don't know. I'm asking these questions because no one else is talking about it. And I'm thinking, okay, so did we block them? Did we take them out? What do we do? Because if these people decide to go into a back door and enable our ability to respond, that could be dangerous for our country. That could be seriously dangerous for our country. Now, these are things I think about. You know, I mean, yeah, I don't think about the new records or hip hop, whatever, you know. I'm on YouTube now, but I'm not out there attempting to get audiences to just listen to me. I want people to think. I want to converse with people. I want people to converse with me, to tell me, hey, we think you're full of crap, or, you know, hey, look, this is what I found out also, or we agree with you. I mean, the art of conversation has been lost in the United States of America. If you don't agree with a person, they immediately start, the Trump people immediately start attacking you. They start attacking you. They're calling you, oh, you're nothing but a liberal. What does that mean? Or, you're a bleeding heart. What does that mean? Or you're a snowflake. What does that mean? And why are you attacking me and not enforcing your position? Because the position is unenforceable. That's what it is. That's why I don't argue with Trump supporters. I just listen to them and I attempt to correct them and I move on. If those people are your loved ones, you have to be very tender with them because they're in a very dangerous place. So look forward to 2020 being exponentially growth period for InfoBlips. Working really hard, trying to expand our footprint and expand and start our network. Hey, if you'd like to be a part of the fun, give me an email at infoblips@activist.com. I'd be more than happy to listen to you or see where you can contribute to the organization here. We are moving. Big things are going to happen. And I'm looking for people to come along with me and enjoy the ride, actually. This is more than about politics. This is going to be more about everyday life with everyday people. And that's what we want it to be. Information exchanged through people. I'm also going to start a program called The Bridge on YouTube where I would like to get people with differing opinions to come on the bridge, to actually join me on the bridge to discuss the differences of opinions without arguing, without calling people names, without, all that stuff, but to try to come to a common goal, because we're going to have to live in this country together. Now, 74 million people voted for Donald Trump. 80 million people voted for Joe Biden. We have to listen to both sides. If the people who were supporting Donald Trump, and I'm not talking about the people that stormed the Capitol, I do not even talk to terrorists. However, if those people who support Trump have legitimate concerns, we should listen to them and perhaps address those concerns. However, it has to be factual. It can't be that the country is being run by some deep state, the people that QAnon believes in. That's just ridiculous. I can't even entertain that. But if you have a legitimate concern, hey, I want to hear about it. Go to the message and listen and give me a statement. Give me a contact information, your phone number. I'll have you live on the next show if you like, so we can discuss these things. We're going to have to live together. We're going to have to discuss things, and we have to move forward. All this backward thinking, all this racism, this stuff is backwards. It's totally backwards. We need to look ahead. We need to look at the opportunities we have ahead. Will we have disagreements? Absolutely. That's what this country is made of. But I'm not going to kill you because you disagree with me. And all this stuff about the election being stolen, that's crap. You know it's not true. The people who told it to you know it's not true. If it was true, then the judges that Donald Trump put in office would have jumped in and said, hey, look at this, look at that. Was there some type of abnormalities? Yes. There are always abnormalities in elections. It happens a lot. Is there any type of overall fraud? No. Republican leaders, Republican judges, they all said no. Let it go. Move forward. And if it doesn't affect your daily life, let it go. Move forward and find something that interests you and take time to enjoy it. Honestly, that's what I do. I enjoy doing podcasts. That's what I'm doing. I enjoy doing it, and I'm lucky that my family supports me in it. And so I love doing it. Anyway, listen, that's it. That's all for me today. It's lightly snowing.